Hello and welcome back, PT on Ice family. Welcome back to another episode of the Fitness Athlete Friday of the PT on Ice daily show. I'm happy to be back on camera again. It's been a minute. I'm Mitch. You're catching me from my home base here in Fenton, Michigan, Crossfit West. So I'm pumped to be back behind the camera. A lot of travel, a lot of fun things going on this summer, and passing the mic around between the rest of our team. So it's good to be here. Topic for today, I know you guys are excited about this, is top 5 ways, or rather 5 ways of getting involved with a CrossFit gym as a PT clinic, or potentially as just a staff PT or someone in your clinic who really has a niche or a passion for this market. 5 ways that you can go out and get involved with your local CrossFit affiliate. So this topic is something that we talk about during the live course. So when you attend a live course, Zach has one going on this weekend actually out in Seattle, and they'll be talking about it out there. We dive deep into all these concepts of analysis and coaching and correcting and proper technique and movement efficiency and correctives. And so you come out armed with all of this really good, useful, actionable data. And then the next step is like, how do I start making these partnerships? What do I do? How do I go out and get involved with that CrossFit gym that might be right down the street from me, or the 4 or 5 that are within 10 or 15 minutes driving distance from one another? So we want to, we like to try to share some ideas of what's worked for us in the past, Zach or myself or other folks that we've spoke to, and that's what I want to try to share with you guys today is 5 ways of getting involved with your local CrossFit affiliate as a clinician or as a PT clinic in your area. I'll start from the bottom and kind of work my way up. Number 5. And this may not be super ideal from a financial standpoint or business strategy, but treating the owner or head coach, right? Treating the owner or head coach and figuring out an agreement with them for discounted services, or maybe I know a lot of clinics treat the coach or owner for free. The reason being is because that owner coach is the chief of that tribe, right? Everything that they say during class is usually recepted as gold, right? And so a lot of the members are then just kind of hanging on their word or their recommendation for anything from food, protein, what should I be drinking, all the way to, hey, I got hurt or I injured my shoulder, I think, where should I go? And so having a really good partnership or relationship with that head coach, manager, owner, facility can go a long way for when they're like, hey, the minute something smells funny or looks funny, they have you in mind because they go to you for treatments of their own. They can say, oh yeah, I go to Sarah out there in Seattle because I know that she coaches at a local gym. She's got a out of network practice. She does phenomenal work. She's booked solid. You can't hardly get in and see her. You need to go check her out. Like, she's doing some good things, right? Those are the kind of relationships you already want in good standing when moments like that kind of come up. And so I know a lot of clinicians or clinics, for that matter, will have an agreement with that gym and that owner if they're really trying to develop their market in clientele in the CrossFit type scene. So that's number 5. Number 4 is kind of nice from a digital marketing standpoint as well. As an in-person kind of relation strategy. And number 4 is developing mobility or prehab programs for that gym. This is something that Zach did with the gym that he was affiliated with a number of years ago now, when he was establishing his blog and his online presence and in building his brand in the CrossFit community. He would take the gym's programming a week ahead of time and look at it, and he would develop mobility programs 5 minutes-ish a piece for that specific day. That's a ton of legwork, but it was enough for him to shoot content, film stuff, put out resources, flyers, send out emails, things of that nature, so that he was in front of the members all the time. They knew his stuff. They knew it was quality things that could help out their mobility and help out their performance. It doesn't have to be that hard, though. You can basically make 4 or 5 different templates, right, of, some of your favorite shoulder mobility exercises, some of your favorite thoracic extension exercises. What about hip mobility? What about ankle mobility? And you can just develop those as nice flyers, handouts, or something downloadable content like that you pass off to that gym that you're affiliated with and say, hey, I've developed these for you guys. I want you to pass them out to your members for free. They've got my clinic branding all over the bottom. They've got my clinic contact information. So it's helpful resources, it's value to the members that also markets your unique specialty in this field that they're going to see quite frequently. So building out things like that, mobility templates. Don't forget about your your prehab type stuff. Like you could have like a 10-minute circuit for building strong and robust shoulders, right? And it could be all crossover symmetry or banded face pulls or some change, light change plate type end range isometrics, things of that nature. And you can put in like how to really strengthen your shoulders, how to really strengthen your hips and low back to avoid injury down the road. And programs like that can be really, really helpful for members. They love that stuff. Sending out for free. What I said about downloadable content, this becomes a really nice marketing strategy because now you can hand it to that clinic and say, hey, when a new member files, signs up online for a free week trial, boom, immediately in their inbox is this 5-day mobility template to get them ready for CrossFit, something like that. And you could develop that, again, has your clinic information on it. It's a free piece of content for the gym. It's also free content, free marketing for you to these new members, right? Immediately upon signing up for that gym, they're already beginning to see your clinic information, all the work you're doing to try to keep folks mobile, try to keep them strong and healthy. And then when something does come up, boom, they're going to remember you first for handing out that material. Those downloadables and products like that are super, super valuable and desirable in a market where we're doing so much marketing online right now. Products like that are huge. So be thinking about how you can establish a relationship with the gym, have some sort of product like that you can hand over to them. Okay, number 3 is going to be hosting a workshop for the members. This is probably the first thing that comes to most clinicians' mind. Hey, I'm going to roll in and I'm going to host a low back seminar, or I'm going to host a shoulder seminar, things of that nature. I put it at number 3 because there are, I think there's some things that we could probably do on the front end to really set us up for better success in this. But this is a great idea as well of coming in and hosting. This is just like when Jeff used to go to the library and do, free nights where we're talking about low back pain and what you can do about it. This is no different than that. And you're just going to your specific market. You're reaching out to that gym. You say, hey, I'm a clinician down the street. I love what you guys are doing at CrossFit. I'm additionally trained in how to work with the CrossFit athletes specifically. I've taken some online courses and some live courses. I'd like to come in and just host a clinic for your members free of charge that will help them stay healthy and avoid back pain, right? And you could be talking about all sorts of hip mobility. You can talk about overhead mobility. You can talk about midline strength, deadlift positioning. You can talk about how to squat effectively for bigger PRs, and in there you can be talking about safety and efficacy or efficiency of that squat technique, right? You could take one movement and break this whole workshop down around that one movement and be instilling mobility and prehab type pieces woven into your squat workshop or your deadlift workshop, things of that nature. Anytime that's free content like that, and you can schedule it on a day or a night that a lot of folks can make it, they're going to come. They're going to come because everyone wants to drink more information that's going to help them out, coaches and athletes included. So be careful about marketing as like how to fix your low back pain, because obviously we know back pain or pain for that matter is just so variable from individual and context specific. So be careful in your marketing about like, hey, come to this clinic and I'm going to fix your shoulder pain. But if you market it as like, this clinic is for how to build strong and robust shoulders that are injury resilient. Now we catch a lot of folks with one net because you're going to be talking about things that may be perfect for their rehab, but also perfect for just building strong shoulders in the first place, right? So having some sort of workshop like that I think is super valuable, and I put it at number 3 on my list. Number 2 on my list that I think is going to be even more beneficial is hosting a coach's clinic specifically. And the reason being is because a lot of folks, a lot of clinicians that I talk to, are saying like, hey, this gym down the street or whatever, I don't think the coaches know enough. I don't think the coaches are educated enough. Or I'd like to figure out how to work with the coaches more so that they're teaching the same technique that we believe should be taught. And that could be tough because inside of the 4 walls of a gym, the coaches are like I said, they're high up on the totem pole, right? They are the chiefs in the crowd, and that they're expected to have all the information. They're expected to have all the answers for their members' questions. And showing this kind of little bit of weakness or incompetence of not really knowing all the details. They don't want to show that, right? And so by hosting a coaches only moment, a coaches only clinic, you can get rid of the distractions of the members. You can bring people's walls down a little bit of like, hey, it's just us here. We're all trying to get better. And there's things that you guys know as coaches that I don't know as a clinician. And there's also things that I know as a clinician that you guys don't know, maybe don't know as well as coaches. And that's what we're here to try to discuss. And in scheduling that coaches only night, maybe it's once a month, once every 2 months, where you go in and again, maybe you talk about squat technique, maybe you talk about deadlift technique. But you're doing it in an environment of just the coaches so that you can really hone in and all be on the same page of like, hey, Monday morning at class, these are the pointers that we're going to be looking for in the squat, or these are the pointers that we're going to be looking for in the deadlift. And then those coaches can go out and they feel more empowered. They feel like a clinician themselves, right? They show up Monday morning at the gym feeling like the newly minted PT, right? And they love that stuff. They're like, yes, like give me more information. I'm all in for that. So putting on a coaches specific clinic I think is super, super beneficial, and I put it high up on the list for that reason. So that's a really good way of kind of knocking some egos down. Everyone gets in the same room and we can just have some good discussions on keeping people moving and moving better. And last but not least, the number one thing that I think that you can do to better establish a presence or in a partnership with a local CrossFit affiliate is join that affiliate. This probably sounds like a no-brainer, or maybe you didn't see this coming. I'm not sure. But there is no better way of understanding this community more, of getting more trust and more buy-in from this community than showing up at 5:45 in the morning or at 5:30 at night or 6:30 at night and sweating and suffering and going through these workouts with these folks, right? I cannot tell you how many clinicians have taken our online course and have done no more than to just feel empowered to go join a gym because now they understand these movements. They understand these movements a little better. So they go in and join a gym, and a month or a couple weeks later, it comes out that they're a PT, right? Someone starts striking up a conversation with them. They find out they're a PT, and next thing you know, everyone's like, hey, I got this thing. Hey, I got this low back. I got this shoulder. When can I come see you? Where's your clinic at, right? And now you're busier than you even know what to do with, and you didn't have to do any specific marketing except to show up and blend in with the community and become one of that tribe and suffer with these folks and train really hard at your limits of ability with these people, because that's most important. That's most important for the coaches and the owners. They want to see that you bought into this system, that you understand that working out at high intensities with functional movements is important to you. And they want to know that you have the work ethic and the drive to be able to show up day after day and put that work in. Those people, I can't tell you how much shared business goes on inside of the CrossFit community. It's remarkable. People buying cars and buying houses from someone else because they're a car dealer or they're a realtor, or people that are going and getting their braces on because so-and-so's an orthodontist and this and that. Like, there is so much interprofessional business development that just goes on in this community because you just have this inherent level of trust with someone else that you work out with day to day. Like, you and I go to battle together with these workouts Monday through Friday. I feel a lot of trust for you, so when something comes up, I'm probably going to go see you if that happens. So if you're really serious about this community, if you're really serious about getting involved and working with these athletes, and you really want these athletes on your caseload because you enjoy working with them, you got to enjoy working with them in the gym too. So make that partnership, find that local CrossFit affiliate that's a good match for you, and figure out how you can first get involved and get started with them, because I think that's going to be the number one thing you can do for integrating yourself in this community. Okay, there it is, guys. 5 ways that you can get involved in a local affiliate. 1, potentially treat the owner coach. 2, develop some programs, mobility prehab programs that you can put out for their members, free download products, things of that nature. Host a workshop for the athletes. Make your low back strong, make your shoulders strong, things of that nature. Host a coaches-specific clinic where you and the coaches can all get on the same page. And last but not least, join the gym, start working, start understanding this sport a little bit more, and understanding these people that make up this great community. Hopefully you guys took some good stuff from that, and if so, reach out to us. Guys, we got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe with the fitness athlete division. Like I mentioned, Zach is out in Seattle this weekend, and at the end of the month, he's going to be in Austin, Texas. So if you're down south and looking to catch the fitness athlete, this is our first trip down there. So Zach will be leading the course down in Austin, Texas towards the end of this month. You can catch me 2 weekends in September. I'll be in Washington, D.C. early September, and then down in Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, Peachtree, Georgia. That's going to be a fun one. That'll be September 15th, I believe. So if you're looking to catch us on the East Coast or down south or even on the West Coast this weekend, you can find us with that Fitness Athlete Live course. We have a ton of fun moving barbells, learning analysis, learning coaching, correcting, and things of that nature. So please look us up. You know where to find us, www.ice.physio. That's where you can check out all the courses. Happy to see you guys out on the road and get to know you guys a little bit better. So thanks for tuning in this morning. That's Fitness Athlete Friday. You guys have an awesome weekend. We'll see you on Monday morning.